On today's episode, I'm not gonna play a tube amp. You know why? They're too good. I'm gonna play solid state amps. You know why? Because they suck. I'm gonna make you listen to all these sucky, horrible solid state amps, and you're gonna whine about it in the comments. Get ready. Guitar was first electrified in 1931. They were amplified using radio circuits, and those radio circuits were tube circuits. So the very first amps were tube amplifiers, and they sound really good. Now the difference in a solid state amp and a tube amp is that solid state amps don't have vacuum tubes. Those vacuum tubes have been replaced with transistor style circuits. Now I'm going to play a bunch of crappy, horrible sounding solid state amps because you can't have good guitar tone unless you have valve tubes. We all know this. It's a fact. Solid state sucks. But what am I gonna do? I'm gonna play a bunch of horrible sounding solid state amps. You're gonna hate it. And in the comments, I need to know how bad you hate it. Let's get going. The first horrible solid state amp that I want to demonstrate today is the Vox Pathfinder 15R. 15 stands for 15 watts. R stands for reverberation. I think they said reverb, but I like to say reverberation. Now, this amp came out in the year 2000. That's when I graduated high school and became a real man. Let me show you the amp. This is it. Pretty small. Has the classic Vox look. This was also the actual prop from Pedals the Musical, where I played a Vox engineer and Nick played a guitar player who kind of invented something. Moving on, the controls are on the top and it has a really nice tremolo channel. I'm gonna put that on very subtle and I'm gonna max the reverb out. It has fantastic, sucky reverb, horrible spring reverb. And I'm gonna have the gain about halfway, so when I bite into it, it'll break up a little. It's really touch responsive, but it sucks. It's a horrible amp. I'm gonna play Les Paul with Lawler Imperial humbuckers and beautiful gold. The gold paint sounds best. Let's just see how bad it sucks. I'm sorry that you have to listen to this because it sounds horrible. I feel like that song, it reflects what the Pathfinder's about, finding a path. That's the soundtrack to finding your own path. You can have that. In 1972, the United States faced its biggest scandal to date, Watergate. I rhymed that. That was a hot rhyme, right? Anybody?
I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you have done.
And an amp came out from Electro-Harmonix. Now, Electro-Harmonix was only, 5 years old at this time. So 5 years in, they're making an amp. Big show-offs they are. But here it is. It is the Mike Matthews Freedom Amplifier. Yes, the name of the model of the amp is the Mike Matthews amp, Freedom Amplifier. Can we get a zoom on this? Can we get a zoom right here?
Right here.
Right, Mike Matthews Freedom Amplifier. You have volume, which I'm just gonna put on like 80%. It's gonna hurt. Then you have tone, I'm maxing it out. And then you got this bite control. Now this amp was designed by Bob Meyer, who designed all the original stuff, LPB1, Big Muff, Blackfinger Compressor, Memory Man. Basically, this was a mistake, he said. He told me that it was an accident. It messes with like the top high-end frequencies. Mike loved it, they put it in. It's a killer amp, it's closed back, it's pretty heavy, and when you open it up, it's a little scary. It looks like you're looking into some alien spaceship or something. We're gonna play it, and it's just not a good amp, you know? You're gonna hear it for yourself, and you're probably not gonna like it, and that's okay. That was a healthy amount of mid-range. That's what I like. I mean, I don't like it. It's the worst thing about that amp. That's the thing I don't like. In the 1990s, DOD started focusing more on their Digitech line, their digital line of pedals. They're in Salt Lake City, and the company was basically handed over to a guy named Jason Lamb. I have done an episode on this. Many of you may have seen it, but it's called the Lamb series, DOD pedals. Go check those out. The biggest, most popular DOD pedal from that era, and one of the most popular DODs ever, is the Grunge, the FX69. I don't want to talk about the Grunge, but while we're here, there's bass grunge. I have the box.
He has the box.
Warranty cards. I have the 69B box.
He has the box.
Sticker, manual. Nick, this is another of the same. I have two of those.
That's so weird.
Oh, is that the original stickers? Did I get that for $25? There's the more crackly looking one where they changed butt and face and all that. And then you could have this one too. It's a lot of grunges. But let's move on to what really matters. And it is from 1997. It's the DOD Grunge Reverb. Real spring reverb that I'm not gonna turn on because I need to play some grunge. Let's focus on the controls here. We have volume and a grunge knob. I'm gonna crank that up. This has the actual grunge pedal in it. I'm gonna quit talking and just let you decide for yourself how horrible this sounds. There's no way this solid state amp with a built-in pedal that's so gimmicky is gonna sound good in a mix with drums and bass. There's no way. No way. What's next? Marshall Lead 12 Micro Stack. It's from the 80s. The 12 stands for 12 watts, so I'm about to pick up a Marshall stack. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm pretty strong. A lot of people don't know this. My arms are totally ripped all the time, but I wear these hoodies so you can't see it. All right. Here's the head. Look at this. One finger, holding it up with my thumb.
Woo!
Hold on, let me, wait.
Woo!
Yep. There it is. I don't know what that was. So here's the deal. In the comments, you better be rating these because we have to uphold the fact that solid state sucks. We're all here doing this thing. If you don't vote that these amps suck, you've been living a lie. All right, next up, the Templo Nomad. Templo Nomad. This is a new thing. You should go check this company out. It's really cool. First off, I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna turn it around. You can do open or close back. See that big thing? You think that's a reverb tank? No. Here's what it is. It's magic.
Whoa!
It's a battery powered amp. It runs for like 10 hours. I think it's 50 watts. It has reverb. It's actually like a slap echo. So I'm gonna turn the slap echo all the way up. I'm gonna max the tone control all the way up. And I'm gonna play it at like 70% volume. And I'm gonna add a little grit with a Session Man. That's from the Power Series. It's the TS10 Tube Screamer and the slap echo. Let's see what happens. That jam, I liked it a lot. I know that solid state sucks, but that amp, I liked what happened there. It takes pedals really well. Adding the TS10 Screamer gave it this incredibly mid-rangey thing, edge of feedback. I'm starting to break down a little bit. I think I liked it. There's a link in the description. Go check out his site. Support him. It's awesome stuff he's making. No, I'm sorry, it's not. It's solid state, so there's no way it's good. Let's move on.
I think that you like solid state.
That is not what I'm saying. I'm not saying at all. No, I don't like anything. Next up is an amplifier invented by Pat Quilter of Quilter Amplification. I think it's a great, and it's not good. It's not a good amp. It's not an amp I absolutely love. I don't love this amp. I don't love this amp. Listen, it's 200 watts, 15-inch speaker with a 3-inch cone. It's made for steel guitar players. It's crystal clean. Amazing, huge cleans that I don't like. Like, I don't like plugging in a Strat, you know? Putting it right here in that position and playing into this crazy, clean, perfectly designed amp. I don't like it at all. And I'm not going to stand for it, okay? Wait. I don't love this amp enough that I actually have the extension cabinet too, so it's two 15s. I don't love the way a Tube Screamer sounds hitting it as well. I'm sorry to interrupt. I know we were getting started. I just want to use the extension cab because I don't like it. Jam was horrible in the comments, say so. Let your voice be heard. Next, the Johnson Millennium 250. It weighs 250 pounds. It's 250 watts stereo. It has a digital display. It has XLR outs. It has a tuner. It has effects in it. You know why? Because there was DOD, right? Early 70s. Digitech comes along. They dropped stuff in the 80s, 89, the Whammy. You know, we get into the 90s, we see the Lamb series. You saw the grunge stuff. You should know what happens. They get sold. The co-founder of DOD and Digitech, John Johnson, starts an amp company, Johnson Amplification. The effects in here are Digitech effects, basically. Some will say they're not, but I'll argue that. There's some good stuff. Whammy, space station weirdness. But one of my favorites is the dual rectifier sound, because it's from 1999. And if you were in a band in 99, you craved the dual rectifier. Okay? We're gonna play that. It's gonna have a little gate on it. It's gonna be dry and crispy, huge, big, small, medium, big. You're gonna like it. That jam, I don't know. I felt like it got out of hand. There's a lot of sounds. I'm barely scratching the surface. It needs the floorboard. I don't have it. Foot switching. I like it though. And I don't like it. It's horrible. I hate solid state amps.
Well, I mean, I wasn't gonna say it.
What? Say it.
But this amp actually has tubes in it, so...
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No. This is the solid state amp.
No, it has tubes in it.
Wow, there's an audio block diagram on the back that clearly shows that. Well, I made a horrible boo-boo, and when I do that, I have to give away a piece of gear. So I'm gonna give away this amp to one of you. Go follow us on TikTok. Find any of our videos, doesn't matter, and stitch yourself explaining why you deserve this far superior tube amp. The best explanation, the most convincing video over there. I'm gonna mail this to you. I'm gonna give you an amp, you know? Because that's my punishment for being stupid. I'm gonna give you the amp. You're gonna have it. In 1975, the world was forever changed when Roland released the Jazz Chorus. Here it is. It's the Jazz Chorus 120. That means it's 120 watts. It's solid state. Horrible, horrible solid state. It's famous. A lot of bands have used this. Metallica, Wes Borland of Limp Bizkit notably. The Cure used it. I think it's on the 1975 records. It's a big deal, but it's horrible. It's one of the most legendary amps ever, but it's sad that it's solid state because solid state sounds so bad. It spawned this a year later, the Boss CE1, the world's first ever Bucket Brigade chorus. This is literally the chorus vibrato circuit that was first introduced inside of the amp. And then later we end up with the CE2, which is a more simplified pedal based on the success of the CE1. It's true stereo. We're gonna mic it up with two 57s. We're gonna let it kind of swirl. If you're wearing headphones, you'll enjoy this more, but honestly, what's to enjoy? It's solid state. Here we go. What have we learned today? Well, we learned that if it doesn't have a tube in it, it sounds horrible and it's completely unusable, and you should stay away because that's what I've read on the forums. Stay away from anything that doesn't have a tube.
Wait, you forgot this one? The Line 6, this is the Line 6 Spider. Everybody, this is, why would, you need this one. It has sounds such as insane, and such as metal, and such as crunch and clean. But why would you want clean when you have insane? You also have the sweep echo, and you can tap it. You can tap it in with this, and then there's also the tape echo. And then what you can do is it has an MP3 input, so you can put your most favorite songs on there and play along with your most favorite songs.
Today's record time is brought to you from 1987's The Cure, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. This is an overlooked Cure record, in my opinion. Disintegration is what most people think of, very classic. My favorite Cure record is Wish. Can't find it. And you know what? I've never done this on record time. I want to get back to this, but right now, I really need a copy of Wish on vinyl. I'm shameless at this point. I've looked for it for 3 years. If you have one, I have things. Can trade, I'll buy it. I'll beg. I'm begging right now. Back to this. Great record. A lot of solid state on this. A lot of amazing gated snare tones. And I don't say that like cheekily. Is that a word? Cheekily? What's
Sure.
like, I don't say it jokingly. This is a cool record. There are things from the 80s that get really dated sonically, but there's some weird vortex that The Cure lives in that, in my opinion, even though the sounds are definitely 80s, and even though no one's trying to reproduce them, which technically means they're dated, they don't sound dated. I can't explain it. Just listen to this record. You've heard the title track. Just Like Heaven may be the most popular Cure song. I'm not sure what is. It's one of them. It's on this as well. Yeah. Catch, 1,000 Hours. Hot, Hot, Hot's a weird song. You know, I'm not a fan of that song, but it's on the record, so I'm a fan of that song. Check it out in the comments. Let me know what your favorite Cure record is. I loved it. I went to a Cure sound check, and Robert Smith just had a bunch of solid state amps behind him with Boss pedals. He had a Boss chorus pedal set, always on, gaff taped behind the amp, always on. That's a real man. It's just true. Thanks so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Can you enjoy an episode about horrible sounding amps? Is that possible?
I guess.
Yeah, I guess it is. Anyway, hit like, subscribe, click the bell icon to get notifications. Also, in the description below, you can go over and check out the JHS Show Band Lab account. You can jam with any of these jams. You can sing over them. You can play harmonica, accordion. You could bang pots and pans along with us. You don't even have to be a musician. You don't have to like music. You just have to be breathing to do it and have a smartphone.